Welcome back, folks. Patch 1.0.2 will be live in the next couple of weeks. Maybe next week if we're lucky and see the nerf to the Object 268 version number 4 right after Frontlines. That will be great. But as with every new patch, there are new hidden vehicles added to the main directory files, but they are not available to the public yet. So let's do what we usually do. I already did like 15 plus videos of hidden vehicles per patch. So it's a regular fan favorite. So first up, we have the T-34 Shielded. It's basically a T-34 with a bunch of applicant armor on it. And it's a premium tier 5, Russian medium. How many premium Russian medium tanks do we have? We have a bunch. Like a T-28F30, T-28EF30, we have a Matilda, T-3485, T-3485M, the Rudy, a bunch of T-44s, and a T-55 for the German. But there's a lot of premium Russian medium tanks. A lot! Also the T-29, right? At tier 3 for the gift? No, Jesus. So here's another one at tier 5. It is competing with the Matilda 4, which nobody plays. Matilda 4 has preferential matchmaking, right? Yeah, it does. It sucks anyway. So this is basically T-34 improved, as with the M4 improved for the American. So basically, it has a 76mm, which is great because it fires pretty quickly for that DPM. Accuracy is not that great. Accuracy is 0.43. It's I mean, you're mostly close range combat, so Russian accuracy, still that's garbage. DPM is actually not bad for a 76. Most of the time at low tiers at tier 5 with a 76mm or 75 for the German, you usually get about 1300 or 1400 because such high penetration and high alpha for a medium tank gun at tier 5, they have to nerf the DPM most of the time. Same goes with the T-34, same goes with the Sherman. So usually low DPM, but this time, not bad for a premium. Accuracy is garbage. Aim time is alright. It's not great. It's not that bad. Elevation for the gun is actually pretty good. Shoot down airplanes. Wonderful. There's no airplanes for you to shoot at though. Penetration is actually decent. 120. Alpha is above average alpha. So, alright. Survivability is 45mm at the front, 40 at the sides, and 40 at the rear. So the standard for T-34, even though the side armor should be 45, so 5mm less, and the turret is 45 all the way around. You do have space armor. Now recently there are new scripts for the collision models, and therefore tanks.gg and Tank Inspector cannot load the collision model, so we cannot see the new collision model for vehicles like the Centurion 5.1 for the, I think it stops at 1.0, so any vehicles introduced after 1.0 you cannot see the collision models, but it's alright I guess. Armor wise, I think shooting at the sides, if you're side scraping, would be decent. Like this is space armor, so sloped upwards and at a 45 degrees, and space armor likely bounce, but you do have a unprotected frontal plate, so the frontal plate is not bolted with new additional armor, so it's still 45. And if you slope it, I mean, it could bounce some shots from like lower tiers like tier 4, but I mean, most tier 5s have about 110 or so millimeters of penetration, unless you're facing a derp gun. But if you're facing a derp gun, you get hit with high explosive and it doesn't matter. Also, this thing doesn't have that much health like previous premium tier 5s, like the Ram 2 or the Matilda 4. Those things have like 600 health, so quite chunky, but now it's only 500. Mobility wise, alright. It's more of a heavier medium tank than a actual medium, so about 15.5 horsepower per ton ratio. It's workable. I mean, it has additional armor, so give or take. Top speed of 56 km per hour. Turns relatively quickly. Alright. Weighs about 32 tons. Concealment, mediocre-ish. Spotting 340, kind of garbage. The Shermans have about 370. So yeah, that's kind of a garbage view range. Overall, it's a whatever. Premium tier 5 Russian medium. I mean, give or take. You can train your crews. You have a commander, driver, radio operator, and loader. Where the hell's the gunner? Where's the gunner of this? What? I thought you said you could train the gunner. You have a radio operator. He serves as the gunner? Oh no, the loader should be the gunner then, if that's the case, because this is the driver, this is the radio operator, using the bow machine gun, as usual. You have a commander right here with the periscope, and I think the loader is the gunner. So even though it looks decent, I mean mediocre-ish as a premium tier 5 vehicle, you will have problem training a gunner for your high tier Russian crew, because most of the time it's commander, gunner, driver, and loader. So no need for radio operator. Russian radio operators for medium tanks are quite useless unless they're playing like low tiers like the T-34-85s or the A-44s. None of the high tiers, none of the T-44s, none of the T-54s or T-62As or higher tiers, whatever. So yeah, it doesn't have a gunner. That's a problem. Alright, first up, we found a problem for the vehicle, but here is a comparison with a T-34 with the 76mm. As you can see, the regular version of tier 5 mediums with larger-ish caliber of a gun usually have low DPM. So I have the Sherman with the 76 and the T-34 with the 76. Actually, this is the 57. So go to the 76. So there are two options for the T-34. You can use the high DPM or high alpha, but with the high alpha of the 76, DPM sucks. Same goes with the Sherman. It's alright, 1500, but not that much better than the average. The average is like 1800 or something. So usually with the T-34, you go with the 57mm, and that gives you a lot of DPM. A lot, like 2300 or something. Yeah. So for this vehicle, it's alright-ish. I mean, penetration 120, not bad for a medium tank, but the accuracy is garbage. Yeah, the accuracy is. Well, then again, compared to the Shermans, speaking of the Sherman Improve is just god-awful. The accuracy sucks, the penetration sucks. Alright. So mobility-wise, it's less than the Shermans too. It's about the same as the regular Sherman. Armor, I couldn't vouch for the armor. I mean, unless you bolt additional armor for the upper plate, I doubt it. I doubt it's that good. And view range is 340 compared to the 370. Yeah, you could spot with the Sherman Improved and the regular Sherman if you don't have the firepower. Just spot. Then you can put the howitzer on the regular Sherman. But for this vehicle, 340. That's garbage. And this will see tier 7, so no preferential matchmaking. I mean, it does feel like a Stug 4. Really. I mean, we're talking about recent releases of premium tanks that could fit into personal missions version number 2.0 with the Object 726. Yeah, this could be a personal mission reward for the first stage or first level, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's pretty much a Stug 4 when you think about it. So is it good? Well, Stug 4 is whatever. Nobody plays a Stug 4. Nobody plays that thing. So whatever, give or take. It's a dust collector. Sure, it's nothing special, really. It's just whatever of a medium. All right. Next up, we have the potential power creep over the Object 252U. It's the Czolg T Project 51, the first premium Polish Tier 8 heavy tank. It doesn't appear to be nerfed from the initial stats revealed that we covered about a month ago. So yeah, it's still heavily armored, 170mm for the upper plate. It's the same. They did not nerf it. So remember from the video that they were thinking about two versions of the vehicle, one with heavy armor, one with better mobility. That's kind of bullshit. Horseshit! It's still heavily armored. It still has the same horsepower per ton ratio. Lies. So it is very well sloped. And you're not penetrating this. I mean, it's 170, let alone like super well angled. And pike nose as well. You're not penetrating this. No way. I mean, not even with high explosive anti-tank or APCR. I think this is impenetrable with all the shells in the game. Unless you're using like high explosive, but yeah. That's crazy. That is really crazy. The driver hatch, it's likely 170, but it's at 45 degrees angle. So that's a square root of 2 times 170. That's about 250-ish. So yeah, normal shells not even going to penetrate, even for tier 10s. So alright, lower plate might be the weak spot, but we don't know how thick this plate is, so it might be the same as the 252U, likely like 220 millimeters effective. So Jesus, you're not penetrating that. Cupola is slightly smaller, I think, than the 252U or the IS-6. Yeah, it's smaller. There's no cupola for the loader, so yeah, only one weak spot, and that's the commander cupola. You might have a lip with the periscope in front, so that might be a weak spot. So how many crew does this vehicle have? Commander, gunner, driver, and loader. So likely the driver is right here, the gunner is right here, the commander right here, and the loader right here, or like the loader right here or the gunner right, I think. That might be the gunner. That's the loader. That's the commander. That's the driver. So you might shoot at the gunner sights or gunner periscope bulge right here, but it's a small weak spot. I mean, it's likely 210 as well, slope backwards. So I mean, 210 doesn't look that impressive compared to like 240 or 250, but still, it's rounded backwards. So armor-wise, it's still pretty heavily armored at the front. I mean, no like really obvious weak spot. Maybe you have a gun access port. So it looks kind of like the IS-3 turret, kind of. So this might be a gun access port where it's like 20 millimeters and you get a big weak spot, maybe, hopefully. I mean, that would put the vehicle into somewhat of a balance, but still, we don't know. We don't know yet. So collision model is not available, yada yada, but yeah, they told us that they were testing 2 versions of the tank, one with armor, one with speed. Horseshit. Total horseshit. So penetration is not bad. Still, I mean, not as good as the 252U, but still, 218 is not bad, and 440 alpha, that's, I mean, pretty good. So reload is the same from the initial stats. DPM is actually not bad. Accuracy, however, is pretty good for a large ass caliber of a gun. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's 122. Yep, 122. So 10 degrees of gun depression. I think it's 10 degrees, like right here, after the driver chamber on the hull. So it might be like 5 or 7 right here, and be like 10 right here, but who knows? Still, it's pretty good. I mean, 252U has 5 degrees all the way around, so aim time is also not bad for a large ass gun. Not bad. So firepower, it's decent. It's a premium tier 8. Remember, it's a premium tier 8. It's not like a normal tier 8. So it makes more credits and crew XP and whatever. Side armor is garbage, 90, so it's alright, but I mean, it's close to the Americans. Actually, the Americans have like 76, like 3 inches of armor, so it's actually better than American. It's close to the Tiger 2. Tiger 2 has like 80, so 90 is alright. There is space armor, so not bad. I mean, you do get a lot of space armor covering the side skirts. So yeah, armor wise, still pretty decent. Health is 1500, not bad. Yeah, I mean, it's not as much as the KV4 or KV5, but it's not a super heavy, it's an aggro heavy. Horsepower per ton ratio 14.33, that's better than the 252U. Top speed of 35 might be a problem, but then again, aggro tanks. You don't need to drive anywhere pretty quickly. You just need to be at the congested zones and contest with other heavy tanks mostly, or wolf pack with mediums. But weighs about 50 tons. So I mean, if this vehicle has like 1,000 horsepower, that would be ridiculous. Alright, traverse is also not bad. It's like a medium in terms of traverse. Concealment, yeah, it's a heavy, yada yada. View range is actually better than the 252U. One of the big reasons that the 252U is somewhat more balanced, quote unquote, than this vehicle is 350 meters of view range. That's the default tier 8 Russian heavy tanks view range, which sucks. But this is like the 110 in terms of view range. It's not technically blind, so radio does kind of suck, but 525 is alright. You don't need that much. So Jesus Christ, how do you kill this thing? How do you kill it? I mean, you can high explosive this little area. Maybe you can shell trap or shock trap into the driver hatch. I doubt it. I really doubt it. So here is the comparison with the 252U. It has less penetration, sure, 7mm less, but it has better DPM. So that's the trade-off. And better accuracy, a lot better accuracy. And faster aim time. For penetration, I'll take it, obviously. I'll obviously take that trade. Jesus. The accuracy is terrible. Same goes with the aim time, but these are all close-range vehicles. These are all in-your-face, brawling, or just aggro rush, Zerg rush type of vehicles. So, yeah, 170 for the upper plate. Same health, less armor for the turret, but still rounded, and it has a smaller cupola and no cupola for the loader compared to the 252U. So, you can take a look at the 252U. Yeah. The cupola is the main weak spot. Shoot here and you'll penetrate. It's 150. It's a prominent lip of a cupola hatch for the... That's the loader. That's the commander. So easily penetrated. But for this vehicle, it's a lot smaller. It is a lot smaller. Less prominent as well. So, yep. Wonderful. Weighs more than the Object 252U, more engine power, so better horsepower per ton ratio. Top speed is the same, reverse speed is the same, better traverse, about like 30%, like 25-ish percent. Jesus, it turns faster, so be aware. Where is the turret traverse? Is it at the top? Yeah, it's faster to turn the turret as well. Wonderful. Same camo. Okay, better view range, crappier radio, but nobody cares about the radio mostly. So, yeah, Wargaming told us in the developer diaries on how they were trying to test two versions of this vehicle, one with mobility, one with armor, yada 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 yada. Excuses, horseshit, total horseshit. Total horseshit. I mean, it does have a small profile as well, so you could go haul down relatively easily and cover the lower plate. Upper plate is impenetrable unless you angle it like over here and you shoot right here into the driver hatch, but don't do that. So, I mean, unless you get hit by artillery into the engine deck, I don't know, but most of these Russian-based vehicles or like Russian design based from the Chinese or from the Polish, they are all cramped. So a lot of the components like ammo rack, fuel tanks, all are squished into the hull. So if you get penetrated, some of the time or most of the time you get like double module damage, like damage the fuel tanks and the ammo rack, or it gets like the loader and the ammo rack. So that would suck, but nowadays we have reusable consumables, so not that big of a problem. So it hasn't been a problem before, it won't be a problem in the future, so whatever. But that's a very large Dishka on top. 12.7mm anti-aircraft large ass machine gun, Russian based. It's Russian designed. Yeah, I mean, how do you kill this thing? I mean, unless this is a weak spot like the IS-3 or the IS-4, which is about 20 for the IS-3 and 30 for the IS-4. Yeah, that might balance the vehicle, but if this vehicle is driving fast enough, and that's a small target, that's a real small target. If he wiggles the turret, yeah, it's unlikely you're going to hit, but makes it a lot easier to kill this thing. I mean, still. Potential power creep of everything power creep. I mean, this year we saw the release of the Centurion 5-1. I mean, that is a power creep over the STRV S1. STRV 81, the Primo Victoria. So why not? We are getting power creep of the power creep. So now we just need, like, I don't know, what's good? A Scorpion G that's super modified with a very accurate 150 that has like 2,500 DPM base. That would be insane. But thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As always, I'll put new hidden vehicles. That's what I do. But if you're new to my channel, that's what we do. We take a look at stupid crap and upcoming crap. So, Jesus Christ. How do you kill this thing? I mean, it's fast. It's very fast in terms of heavy tanks. The same terrain resistance as the 252U as well. So I mean, it's not slow heavy. This is an aggro heavy with armor and with firepower. It has the accuracy, it has the aim time, or less aim time, and the DPM and stuff. And even the gun depression. God damn it. How do you kill this? I mean, when I first take a look at the Object 252U, I was like, you can't release this as a premium tier 8. This is just ridiculous. It could work as a freaking tier 9. Jesus Christ. I mean, gee. If that's 170, don't even think about the upper plate. Don't even think about it. So, yeah, include more high explosive vehicles like, I don't know, a mini Type 4 as a premium tier 8. That would be ridiculous. Quote unquote mini Type 4. It's not really mini, but you know what I mean. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.